Hi guys, this is Shalom and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for coming. If you're coming from TikTok, please subscribe even here because this is the channel where we talk about all things job related. Job hunting, tips, the myths, the good and the bad of being in the job market. So tune in, subscribe, share with your friends and families, and let's get into it. This is Emmanuel. And we are going to be talking about the myths and misconceptions of job hunting and being in a job. So welcome, Emmanuel.
Thank you very much. So about that topic, let me just start with the funniest part. I remember sometimes back when I just finished my Form 4 and I was planning about what was to come ahead. And I remember back then when the myths that I knew about employment, I knew that by the time I had finished my campus, I will have a 6-figure job.
Oh yeah.
I will have a house. I will have 2 cars,
Stability.
one for me, one for my wife, and I knew that I'll just be dressing in a suit every single day. And that is something that a lot of people are running with. And so this is something that I kept in my mind every single day. I knew that this is me, and by the time I'm 25, I'll be done with everything and I'll be so rich.
And I think, let me just cut you short. I think growing up in the Kenyan system, especially as a millennial, we were taught that if you work very hard in school, if you perform very well, then you're going to be very rich. So, and I'm sure students like you're very focused on, I have to do this, I have to get straight A's. And then there were students like me who knew yo guys, even if I don't get straight A's, my dad has me sorted. And by 25, even if I not be married, I should be somewhere in the society. I should be driving a very huge car. I should have a very good job. I mean, I did go through that school system. I did wake up at 4.
Yeah.
Then by this age, I'm supposed to be here, And oh my gosh, was that a lie? Was that a lie?
And then one thing that after teaching us all this, one thing that they came and they threw in our faces that it was like the first blow to a very bad war. You go to campus and they give you very stupid courses, like courses that will never give you jobs in Kenya. That was the first trap.
Let's talk about that. Tell me, what happened to you? Who traumatized you? who had to?
I think for me, I'm afraid of the teachers.
Really?
Yeah, because for the teachers, they were like, when you get out here, you'll be very rich. In fact, when I look at you, you're supposed to be a doctor, but they don't tell you that there are branches in being a doctor. And then someone tells you, when you go out there, you're supposed to be in finance. Everyone your age is getting into banks. You'll be very rich when you're a banker.
Let me ask you. So when you talk about their branches to being a doctor, do you mean like being a neurosurgeon?
Yeah.
Or being daktari wa mbwa?
And then
they're both doctors.
Someone tells you just go to med school. When you get to med school, they tell you whether you'll be a daktari wa mifupa, my friend.
Wait, they decide for you?
Yeah.
You don't get to decide?
Who told you decide? See, they'll tell you your brain is good.
Who?
Who
is this? Who? The government?
The system.
Oh,
the system throws you somewhere.
Oh wow.
You went to med school, no problem. But the government is paying for your fees. The government knows what is good for you, while you yourself, you know what you want in your life. It's good enough that you got to, let's say you are in Chiromo and you're like, yeah, only for them to tell you, wewe ni daktari wa mifupa. When did you see Kenyans going to hospital that, hey, mimi niko na shida ya mifupa, daktari nimeumwa hapa na mifupa? And then 2 years down the line, you're like, unajua hapa nje hakuna kazi. No. They lied to you.
Yeah.
They lied because, like, for me, during our time, you remember, everyone was doing BCom. Everyone was being, you go to a university, you get like 1,000, 2,000 people doing BCom.
Yeah.
The question was, all of you are doing BCom.
Who's going to hire you?
And the worst part was, everyone was doing finance.
Who's going to hire you? I mean, we do not have, and that is one school.
Yeah.
So we don't have that many schools or many jobs, I mean, to support the people who are graduating from the universities and colleges.
Doing the same course. So when people come here, they're like, now I want to go into the job market. I did BCom, this is my qualification. Yeah. And then when you start applying, there is that factor of networking. There are those people who already know who is who in which place.
I think, and the worst part about that is that when you come out here, now you've graduated, you come out here in the job market, and you remember we had those, what was it called, people who did not perform so well to go to campus with job, but parents could afford the private. Yeah. So for kids who parents could afford to, you know, take them to campus alongside the A students, akina Shalom Sasa, you find that when we go out here, we came from the same school, we're both qualified, but because my parents, if they were rich enough to afford that, me going to school privately, even when I was not qualified, they can definitely afford to hook me up with a job.
And then the worst part of all this is after they kill your dreams and they throw you back to the block, and you've already tried so hard to run away from it, they have the guts to come here and tell us, you know, you are very smart people, you should not wait for employment, everyone should start their own business. Oh wait, my friend,
hold up,
you're employed.
and I feel like people who are employed give the worst advice.
The worst.
They give the worst advice.
Do you have those friends who they are employed, they are living their lives, then you hear you like, hey Manze, I'm looking for a job in your company, do you guys have like a vacancy?
They will never tell you.
They will always have that kakiswahili of, wow Manze, in our company right now is so bad that I'm afraid tomorrow I may not have a job. Then tomorrow he has a new car and you're like, okay. Okay.
And I feel like, especially as a millennial, people who actually made it most in life are not the A students. They're not the straight A students. There is a percentage of those straight A students who made it. But because they were taught to be so focused on books and everything, doing everything right, they were not made street smart.
Yeah.
But if you exalted yourself early enough, like, yo, mimi shalom, mimi na hisabati mwe, you start thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
You know? So you start preparing even yourself mentally that there are A students, there are B students, there are C students, there are D students. Wherever I fall in that category, I have to make it. You know, you have to make it. And I think one of the things that people think or that people are told is that if you're qualified more and you're looking for a job, then you're supposed to get that job. Probably should be like that.
Yeah, it should. I think that is how it should.
But are we talking about, all right, I may be qualified book-wise, but am I charismatic? Am I a good timekeeper? Right?
Like there is a whole lot of things that are being searched for, that people have to have all these skills, and you're supposed to be like a Superman.
Yeah.
When it comes to being employed.
Yeah.
But I still feel like sometimes it's just so unfair, because you get that you might be there, you have all these skills, then when you go to employment or when you're job searching, they will always have something that they will throw you out with just to give someone else the opportunity.
That is like, biasness, yes.
For me, I'm speaking for all those who we were lied to go to school, get straight A's, to get jobs. Till today, I've never been employed.
What do you mean?
I've never been employed. Nobody has ever told me, congratulations, welcome to our company.
What are you talking about?
I've always been that guy who 200 applications, and every single day I hear that there is someone who is better than me. I think I've applied to be a nurse, I've applied to be an engineer, I've applied to be a pilot.
I I saw a post, I think on LinkedIn, and someone said so his cousin was applying to jobs, and he applied to every kind of job. He was applying for nursing jobs, engineering jobs.
That
Actually,
is
not engineering because he did electrical engineering, so he was applying for HR jobs, accounting jobs,
you know,
customer service jobs.
that is something that I think all millennials understand this. Because you start applying for the jobs that you are
studied.
qualified for,
Yeah.
and
you
they
never
tell
get
you
there.
that someone else
Is more qualified.
So what you do is, I have to live, I have to eat, I have to survive. So what do? Tomorrow I want to be a CEO. I'll apply for that CEO job, because if you guys are not looking for qualifications, maybe tomorrow there'll be a logarithm that I'll fall for that job.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, like funny enough, I've ever been called for an interview to go for a finance job.
Really?
And I have an engineering background.
Okay.
And I was
Was
just
it an
applying.
engineering company?
No. It was an insurance company.
Alright.
And randomly I applied and I was like, one day itajipa, lazima nitoke block. And I'm like, today I'll be a nurse, tomorrow I'll be a pilot. Then this fateful day, I became a finance officer. Only for them to go and tell me, karibu sana kijana. Unajua, we love when people come and they're enthusiastic. Even with your dreads, you can do very well. But we pay in commission. And I'm like, okay.
At that point, you're desperate.
Yeah.
You need a job.
And
this is probably the first time you've gotten a positive response in a very long time.
Sure.
And the fact that you even showed up shows that for you to even apply for a finance job with an engineering background, that is how desperate you must have been.
And the worst part was, I didn't even have transport to go back home. I knew that once I signed this paper, I will definitely tell them, you know what, my guy, nipeka advance upate fare kurudi nyumbani. Unajua ni commission, unajua in fact, ule mwenye amepanga gari pale nje
analipwa na commission.
Alipata commission ya 2 million, my friend. How?
So and I don't understand companies who tell you that they're going to give you jobs based on commission. Because now, let's say you're living in Thika.
Yeah.
Said job is in Nairobi CBD. So if they're paying you on commission, and let's say for the first month, before you can get a hang of things, you do not have any commission, you've not landed your first client, how are you supposed to commute to work? How is your family supposed to survive? Let's even say you're a bachelor, right? How are you supposed to eat? How are you supposed to survive? Because if you're desperate enough to take a commission-only job, then it means you have nothing else going on for yourself.
I think there are some of the things that, when it comes to job hunting, these are some of the myths and misconceptions that they push into our heads. They make people go for jobs that they don't even deserve. True. And then after some time, everyone is like, I'm stressed, I hate my job, I don't want to be in this job. Just because they push you to the corner. Like right now, check out millennials that are out here. Tell me, out of 10 people, how many of them are doing jobs that they studied for?
I actually don't know anybody who's doing a job that they studied for. I studied for airport operations. I worked in the aviation industry for 3-4 years, and then I quit. I'm no longer working in the aviation industry.
It's hard.
It is hard.
It is hard. And these are things that I think if people don't understand how it works, if people don't understand that things don't always work how you planned, if I didn't know that by 25 I'll be living in a bed sitter where I could see the whole of my house and touch all my 4 walls, if I didn't know that that was possible, I think I wouldn't be so stressed at that moment. I think it wouldn't have stressed me when I was.
If you are mentally prepared for, I'm getting straight A's, I've gone to campus, there is a possibility that in the next 10 years, I'm not going to have a job. If you're mentally prepared for that, in the next 5 years, I may still be living in my parents' house. If that part is included in the preparation of transitioning from school to jobs, then I think people wouldn't be so depressed. I was seeing a video the other day on TikTok of a mama who was saying that her child killed herself because she was depressed, because he was depressed. And this woman was talking, and I was thinking to myself, I was so depressed in a job that I became suicidal. It happens.
Yeah.
People are becoming suicidal in jobs. Actually, people are becoming suicidal in their dream jobs. Forget this one where you're an engineer going to sell insurance. People are getting depressed in their dream jobs. People are losing their minds in jobs that they actually wanted to work in.
And the worst part, I remember when I was in engineering school, and every single time we got this lecturer who used to come and say that, guys, when you go out there, watch out for your mental health. We never understood it. But then every single time she came and gave us like a case study of someone who's already in the field. And I remember the most painful one was about this guy that used to work for the urban roads. He was the head engineer. This is the guy who gives the go ahead if you have any project. You can imagine how much he's bagging in a parastatal.
Yeah.
But then this guy, right now, he's a drunkard, like a deep 100% drunkard. He has a lot of money, but he can't even function.
Yeah, I think there aren't enough people talking about being depressed in your dream job. We should do that. That is a topic that we need to actually discuss, because I was depressed working in my dream job. Maybe I completed my high school at 17. So I turned the year in August. So when I finished my Form 4 in November, I was 17. So I was turning 18 the following year. And in January, I had enrolled in aviation with my mock exam and my mother's birth certificate. Working in the aviation industry was my dream job. So 3 years after school, I get a job. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. Yo.
I'm already a working class.
Hey! after years of job searching, after years of feeling worthless, after losing so much time and sleep looking for a job, and then you get depressed. I've heard of people who actually wanted to work with big companies. They joined those companies, and a few months later they're resigning, and you're like, but wait, this was a dream job.
Like, depression is so real. I even have a friend. He was so depressed. He was so depressed because they were paying him so well.
No. What are you talking about? What do you mean?
I was like, why?
So wait, so he felt like he was being paid more than he deserves?
No. He was so hurt that they were willing to pay him all this amount.
Why? I don't get it.
Yeah, I also didn't.
So he was depressed because of that?
Yeah, just because we were all depressed in the room.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Just because we were all depressed in the room.
And I think
he had to be depressed with us.
I think let me if it's the same person that we know, if it's the same person, this guy, he was not depressed because he was being paid so much. He was depressed because he was doing well in life, while there are Africans and people and his friends who are jobless and suffering. He was depressed because he made it.
I'm telling you, people have a lot of type of depression.
Yeah, but that's just a weirdo. Come on.
Yeah, but also, I think also it comes with age. The new age guys have a different view of how they want to be depressed and how they want to treat their jobs. Recently, I have a friend who got a very good job. Not well paying, everything was okay. His boss provided all the gadgets that he had to use. Then one day he peeps through the documents and realizes that contractors in the same company are being paid millions. So he goes to his boss.
And he's on a salary.
Yeah.
So he's not earning millions.
He's not a contractor.
He's an employee.
Millions. He's just earning a regular salary. Nice. They're giving him every single allowance. In fact, he his early 20s, driving to work every single day because
Wow.
he has like mileage.
Wow.
He drives to every single place. Sometimes
so he's
when
in a
he's
perfect job.
when he's not using his car, the company tells him to take a car hire that they pay for.
Oh wow.
And everything was so very good. I remember the time that I was talking to him, his boss actually sent an iPhone where he was because he lost his phone somewhere.
Wow.
He didn't even text and fast.
May those kind of bosses stress us.
And then he got the guts to go to his boss and he told his boss, you know what? Yeah, you guy, my guy, I love working with you. You're the best boss. But you know what I want? From next year, I want to be a contractor.
Wait, because he saw the salary of the contractors?
Yeah, and the contractors are doing the same thing that he's doing.
But before you continue, I think I'd also feel depressed if, as an employee, look at it from this standpoint. If I'm good enough to be your employee, you can pay me, even if not $1 million, come on, something close to the contractors.
But you know something that these employees don't understand? For this contractor, this contractor was a very good friend of this guy. So it's a project that they brought together and they're just getting like a return for what they're doing.
All right.
And this dude always gets
He's
brought along.
He's treated well.
He's brought along in a project that he's not even doing so much, and they're paying him everything.
All right.
So he thinks that if he takes the contractor job, he'll get the same amount. Yet the contractors were actually being paid like a portion of the job that they brought in. So his boss was so nice. He told him, yeah, don't worry, I'll cancel your contract. So by the time the year ended, he was ready to become a contractor and not a full-time employee.
Please don't tell me that backfired on him.
Guess what? He's now jobless.
What? What?
His boss was... This is someone in his early 20s. His boss is in his 50s. The contractors are in their 50s. These are people who have built themselves together. It's like me and my good friend Sam. We built a chicken farm together. Then Sam always brings customers to my chicken farm. So I give some jobs as a contractor in my chicken farm. Then I have you working in the same chicken farm as a sales person who's a full-time employee. But every single time you see the payout that goes to Sam, you feel like you need the same payout because whatever Sam is doing is whatever you're doing. But then you forget that me and Sam, 10 years ago, we started this business. While you're still in school being taught about ground shaking and earth rotating. Then when you came out here, we gave you a job, gave you every single benefit. Then you feel like you should also be taking them. I think the delusion of I need to share the big cake with everyone.
But I get it, and I get maybe why this guy fired your friend.
He didn't fire him. He gave him the opportunity to become. He gave him the opportunity to become a contractor.
Yeah.
But until now, he hasn't become a contractor because he just realized that he actually can't get a World Food Program to come in as a client. That is what those guys used to do.
Okay, now let's talk about that for a minute. Do you feel like we've how do I put it? If I've worked in this company, let's say I've worked in blah 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 company for a number of years, let's say 2 years, and I'm being paid in Kenya, realistically, 50,000 Kenyan shillings taxed. Someone has stayed in the same company for 15 years, and they're earning, let's say, 3 million. If the company actually compensates them as they should. So this guy is earning millions. And I feel like if I stay here for maybe 10 years, even if I'm not going to be at 15 million, I'll probably be at 1 million. I'll probably be at 2 million, And then you stay faithful in that company, probably taking their shit, probably going through depression, probably being looked down upon. And then 10 years down the line, my friend, Oko 70. Utafika hata 100. I mean, the expectations of, if this happened for so and so, should it happen to me?
I think the first mistake that most of us do is the same mistake that we said in the beginning. We have an expectation.
Yeah.
We have something that we expect in the world to reward us with. And that is the same problem that we bring even after we get employment.
Yeah.
We expect that these guys are being paid a lot of money, so if I stay for this long, I will get this amount of money. Let me tell you, these companies, siya mama yako, siya baba yako, you get an opportunity tomorrow, go.
Let me tell you.
There's that security that people feel. Hey, you know me, I'm employed. No, jana naishi kasa. You're not happy. There's that feeling you should feel, yeah, I'm not paying rent, but you'll never be there because the system allows your boss to pay you just enough
for you to show up every day.
Yes, and just enough for you not to drop that job.
Let me tell you, when I started looking for remote jobs, so I was looking for customer service jobs, business development jobs. So I'd go to Glassdoor and check how much people in that field are earning in the States, in Europe. And then when I get someone who's actually willing to give me a job, and they're like, okay, or when you do that application and you come to that part of how much salary do you expect? And I'll tell myself, so customer service in the States, they're earning what? $1,500. So since I'm in Kenya, and having worked with international clients, I know that they pay according to the GDP of the country. I should probably be paid what, 1,200? Of course, I'll not ask for the 15. I'll ask for, you know what? Let me ask for 1,000. They can keep the 500. My friend, your letter comes. You can go for $200. What do you mean?
That one is something that we have experienced, both of us.
You know that if they were hiring for this position in the States, they'll be paying someone $3,000.
And then there's you.
Then there's you in Kenya.
They just decided
$300.
This zero. It doesn't need to go to Kenya. This zero can stay here.
I know.
I've ever been in such a job. I'm so happy. I run and tell everyone like, hey, guys, me.
I got a remote job.
I'm an online worker, the God man's day. I had even started practicing. Hey, what do you wanna do? The God man. The God man's day. Until the letter comes, and first of all, they didn't even give me the job at TA. You're a full-time employee. These stupid people are like, this is a 1-year contract.
Okay. 1 year, pay me $3,000 a month. I mean,
only for them to tell me this is a 1 year. I'm paying you $300, and I'm like, oh, 300 times 100. That is.
Let me tell you the worst part about it. The worst part about it is that you will actually take that job because you need it. You will take that job. That is the worst part. When they're giving you that offer, they know that you will take that job.
One thing also people should understand about remote jobs. You need to be ready for anything, and you need to stop having all these delusions.
They're not delusions per se, they're expectations.
Because for you to be paid, to be honest, when you start, you'll get the 300. But the more you understand how remote job works, the more you build your resume, the more you build your portfolio, you'll not need to apply for these jobs. You'll actually get people hunting you with more money.
In December, like last month, I was applying for jobs. Me, I'm always applying for jobs. I don't care if I have 10 jobs at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm always applying for jobs. And I get this guy, we're having a conversation, it's going so well, and I'm like, yo, I've locked this. Only for this guy to tell me for every meeting that I book, he's going to pay me $10. $10. I've been working in this industry for 3-4 years, working remotely. So my worth, my experience in this industry is worth $10 a meeting. I was like, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm not that desperate. 3 years ago, I was. 3 years ago, I would have taken the job.
If you're out there and you're looking for a job, just she'll put the post there, so you'll just tell that person you can take $9.
Yeah. This guy's looking for someone to book meetings for $10 per meeting. So if you want it, just inbox me. Send me an email.
If you know your worth, never settle for less. Remote jobs, they always try to twist you according to your location.
Yeah, true.
So
that is so
if
true.
you know your worth, even if you don't know your worth, I've ever told someone, pay me 3,500, and I didn't have any idea what that job entailed, and I asked for a lot of money. So when you get that opportunity,
go crazy, go crazy.
Jipe value. Talk anything you want. At the end of the day, if they agree to get into a meeting, they'll definitely give you that job.
But let's be realistic. Most of the time, when you're beginning with remote jobs, what I would advise someone in my situation, if you get a job that is giving you $300 minimum, don't go below 300. But you get someone who's giving you for a customer service job, 300, take it. Begin somewhere, because most remote companies want to hire someone who has remote experience. They do not want to be the first people to give you a remote job, right? So if you find for the first time, you find that someone is giving you $300, take it. And then use that to build your rapport. Use that to look for the jobs. Nobody wants to be the first person to give you $1,000 working remotely. I don't even know if you're going to shop for work tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to pay you the first salary and you're going to ghost me. I don't even have to be on phone asking you to put your camera on so I can monitor you. But once you've built that rapport that, hey guys, I have this experience, I've worked with this company remotely, I'm in Kenya, then in the US, then in Europe, you build credibility. With credibility comes more money, right?
Yes.
But or you can be like him, it's your first time, ask for 3,500, an engineer, go sell insurance.
Actually, I asked for so much money, then going into the job. Of course, they didn't pay me that. Don't think I'm a millionaire. They paid me peanuts. But funny enough, I'm there. I'm always stressed. I'm always complaining how much they are paying me, until one day I decided to ask my coworker, "Hey manze, na bedha wase kulipa how much?" Wow, manze nimechoka. Then she tells me 200. And then this is someone who's doing more work than I was doing. This is someone who's being treated worse than I was being treated. And I was like, wow. So you're doing this for 20,000 shillings? Just go out somewhere. Anyone is willing to give 20,000.
At that point, when this person tells you they're earning less than you kind of soothe yourself into accepting, you know what, I'm better off than her.
Me, I was mad. I was mad on her behalf. And in fact, I went and asked for a raise because I realized if they could pay all of us 350, 300, probably her share could be added to my share. So, long story short, I don't have that job.
You're the worst. Well, guys, it was amazing having you tuned in. So we will keep having more conversations. Let us know in the comments what conversation or what topic you'd like us to cover. And just like I mentioned before, if you're coming here from TikTok, thank you so much. Please subscribe. I will keep posting jobs on TikTok, but here we're having real-time conversations. And I'm going to include my email below. Please go send me an email if you feeling depressed. If you have something that you want to talk about, please send me an email and I will reply. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe and have an amazing time.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.